Hi, everybody. I'm Tracy Patton.
And I'm Kathy Ryan.
And this is Women 2018. Yes, as I always say, we are on an adventure traveling across the country to interview the many women running for political office this year.
And the majority of the women who are running for office are running for the first time. Yes. This is a history-making time in the United States.
And it is. And today we are in District 11 in Michigan, where Fayrouz Saad is running for Congress. And Fayrouz, come join us.
All right.
Yeah, it's so great to be here and to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you. And
Thank
Fayrouz,
you.
I love your name. Does it have a special meaning?
It does. So literally it means precious stone, but
I love it. Yeah.
but it actually is a turquoise colored precious stone that's found in the Persian Gulf. So in some countries it also means turquoise, just because of the association.
Really?
Oh, I love turquoise.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, well, Fayrouz, you are a native Michigander.
Yeah.
I love saying Michigander.
Yeah.
What do you love about Michigan, your state, your district?
Mm-hmm. So many things. It's I think it's diversity first, not just it's diversity of people, but it's diversity of geography as well.
Right.
I'm sure you guys have seen that as you've been driving through.
Yes.
I mean, even here in this district, like we're still in Southeast Michigan, it's still Metro Detroit. It's the suburbs, but we also have these gorgeous lakes, and like you can live on a lake and within 20-30 minutes still be in an urban area in Detroit. And so I mean, Michigan is so wonderful for so many reasons, and like the people are all so very friendly. I lived on the East Coast for a number of years, and I would tell them, like, you guys can learn a thing or two from Michigan.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. I missed people smiling and saying good morning.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Fayrouz, let's talk about your parents who came here 40 years ago. It's an interesting story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little more than 40 years at this point, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So trust me, they would make sure you got it right, because they're very proud.
41 years and 6 months. Okay.
They're very proud of it. So my parents are immigrants from Lebanon, and if the first time I ever called my mom an immigrant, she actually got very angry with me.
Oh, she did?
Well, because she said her exact words to me were, "I've been a citizen since before you were born."
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so I thought it was a really interesting exchange, because she's just so proud. They're so proud of being American.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're here. They came here from Lebanon over 40 years ago. I think it was like 1973, 74, something like that.
Oh, okay.
And they settled in Michigan immediately because of the opportunities that they heard were here. Everything with the booming auto industry, the growing population at the time. And not too long after moving and settling here, my dad started a family business, a meat market in Detroit, in the Eastern Market.
Really? Oh,
yes,
wow.
Yeah. And I'm a vegetarian, so it's kind of a family joke.
Did you like that?
Didn't like it much at first, you know.
A little family dissension here, right?
I think they're still waiting for me to grow out of that phase. But I mean, it's all good now.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, you know, it's a very typical immigrant story. I mean, they came here with very little. They're two of the smartest people I know, but without even a high school education.
Really?
And they hustled and they worked hard.
And so what did you learn then from all of this? Well, how did that impact your life?
So I think first and foremost is that here in America, there really is opportunities for everyone. And really seeing how hard they worked made me realize that we can find success here in America if we work hard and we hustle. But at the same time, I really believe that because I'm the product of the American dream, and I've gotten to benefit from it, I want to protect it. Yeah. I want to make sure that it continues to stay alive and people continue to have access to it. But also we can improve upon it as we go. And so that's why I chose a career in government and public service, because that's what I want to do.
And I have to ask you, because I'm a runner as well. Yeah. You are a marathon runner.
Yeah.
What do you love about running?
The discipline involved.
Yeah.
It's, as an adult, it's a way to constantly challenge yourself, especially physically.
Yeah.
And it's also my me time you know, so like it's just me on the road. I prefer running outside. And it's just a time to really decompress and think.
Almost a meditative space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Fayrouz, also, you are involved in the Detroit Revitalization Project, and you have a special role in that project. So talk about that.
Yeah, so I should say I was involved.
Okay.
So I was serving as Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan's Director of Immigrant Affairs. And it was the first time the city of Detroit... Yeah, it was the first time we had a position like this. And so it really allowed me to be creative and innovative and really think about ways to make this position work in Detroit. But it was a challenging time to be doing the work at a time when
Detroit was having such serious problems economically.
Absolutely. And beyond that, I think it was immigration, while I was doing this work, really became one of the most divisive issues in the country. And so with everything going on locally in Detroit, with everything going on nationally, it really forced me to be very systematic about how we did this work, but also really bring everyone in and make everyone part of the conversation. So I tell people we weren't doing immigrant affairs, we were doing economic development and revitalization. Because one, this is the contribution of immigrants. I saw it from my parents, right? My dad's, he created jobs. It's a thriving business in Detroit, and it's known. And so one, this is the contribution of immigrants. And two, really it's about integration and economic inclusivity. And so we were working with immigrant communities from everything from helping them start and expand their small businesses and become entrepreneurs, to putting them on pathways to home ownership, to resettling refugees, and everything in between. And so it was really about kind of breaking down the barriers to government and access to government, but also bringing everyone in and making everyone part of the system.
It makes sense then that you're running for Congress.
Yeah.
So tell us the moment that you decided to run. What was that like?
There was many moments, I would say. One that, a couple I would say that stick out to me in particular. So my younger brother, Hamoudeh, we call him, he was shopping at a 7-Eleven, and it was actually in the neighborhood that we grew up in, so we're no stranger to the 7-Eleven and to this neighborhood. And he just started, I guess, got an exchange of words with the man standing in line in front of him. And the man said to him, "I can't wait for Donald Trump to send you back to your country."
Oh my goodness.
This was right after Donald Trump got elected. But my brother responded and he said, "Where's he going to send me? America? Because I'm American."
Good answer.
I know, right? And but one, like, that's my brother, right? He's just like, what do you mean? Like, I'm American. And to me, this was so symbolic for so many reasons, because without hesitation, he wasn't trying to make a point. He wasn't trying to be political in that moment, right? He was just saying what he believed.
Well, absolutely, a very honest question, right?
Exactly. And so, it's that answer is a product of where he was raised, how he was raised, the environment in which he was raised in, and again, this sense of being American and identity. And then another moment was, so I was still in my role as Director of Immigrant Affairs, and I was actually in Canton, which is in the 11th District. And it was a emergency community town hall. I was doing a lot of these after Donald Trump got elected. And what was really troubling to me is that up until Trump got elected, my job was about getting people excited and look how we can help you start your business and really bring you apart and make this government and this place work for everyone. And it turned into really telling people how to protect themselves, what their rights are, how to speak to law enforcement. And that sucked, very frankly, because it was like I couldn't tell people it was going to be okay, why it was going to be okay, and that was really troubling to me. And so I was at one of these town halls in Canton, and it was a Friday night. It was in the evening, and I was there for about 2 or 3 hours, and the room was full the entire time.
Wow.
It was right after the travel ban came down, and the room was filled with people from all backgrounds, ethnicities, religions, gender, all of that, right? And it really made me realize that this is truly America, right?
Right.
Everyone is
Absolutely.
concerned. This isn't just about one issue or two issues that are affecting certain groups of people. Everyone feels impacted and affected by Donald Trump. And these people here are all proof of it. Because it's also a Friday night and it's cold outside.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everyone has better things to do, and instead they're here really showing their empathy and how much they care.
Yeah.
And that's these many things kind of put together really made me realize that I had to do more, and I wanted to do more.
Fayrouz, one quick last question. It's been so interesting. What do you think the impact is going to be with women like you? So many women running and winning. Yes,
Right, absolutely.
What do you think the impact will be?
Well, one, we're changing the face and the definition of leadership and power in this country. I think that for so long, without maybe even realizing it, when we think of elected officials or who can run or who should run, it's always been men.
Yeah, right.
And now women are standing up and
It's
saying,
such an exciting time, isn't it? And
Exactly.
to be part of it.
"Oh, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing."
Well, Fayrouz, I'm so excited for you. And by the way, everybody, if I like to say when Fayrouz wins, she will be the first female Muslim American in Congress.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's right. Yes.
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
So we will be
you.
watching,
All right.
watching your campaign. And if you want to know more about Fayrouz Saad, go to fayrouzsaad.com. And please keep following us. Please keep spreading the word across the entire world. And go to women2018.org. And we're on Instagram and, YouTube and all the social media platforms. And remember, don't vent, vote. Every vote counts. Okay, see you next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye.